Dad, there was quite a stir on the internet. Brandon Dubinsky, who actually had a couple of fights with Crosby, and he always had something going with Crosby, and he had a good fight with Ovechkin. He said he'd take Ovechkin over Crosby anytime.
No, I like Crosby, and I'll tell you why I like Crosby is that, well, first of all, the rumor was that he should have a lot. He was the best hockey player in the world for a long time. Remember when he first started out, he was like McDavid. He was getting a lot of penalties, and he was arguing with guys and referees, and all of a sudden he said, whoa, wait a minute. These guys are trying to get me off the ice. And that's what they try to do with McDavid, try to get him, and
that's why he
that's why he got that elbow. I mean, he's sick of it. He's just sick of the whole thing.
He's sick of losing. He's sick of everybody running at him.
Guys running at him. But Crosby all of a sudden said, whoa, wait a minute. And Orpik, I think that was the boy, did Orpik ever hit him. Remember he spun? And I'm the only guy, well, naturally, I'm the only guy at television.
Yeah, that was, people don't remember, it was the outdoor game, remember?
Oh, that's right too, yeah.
And Crosby never had really, he didn't have too many injuries before then.
No, he didn't have, and I don't think he had a concussion.
Yeah, and I think it was like the whistle blew, and he was going east, and Orpik was going west.
And I come on television, I said, he did that on purpose. He did that on purpose. Well, first of all, if you hit a guy and going off and the whistle, like it was just at the end of the whistle, I mean, Orpik didn't even look back.
Yeah, like if you run into a guy by accident.
At least you look back.
Yeah.
And I remember Crosby spinning around. I mean, he got
really his shoulder right in his jaw.
Right in the jaw. No, I like Ovechkin. Don't get me wrong. And this is not to put Ovechkin down because he's going to win this Maurice Richard trophy again. So this is not putting him down. But I always liked Crosby. I always did. I even liked him when he was running around giving everybody. And all of a sudden, he smartened up. And that's what McDavid better, that's what he'll do. He'll smarten up too.
Well, people don't realize, and you remember this, Cindy, that you had a running feud with.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. I remember when he first came into the league, and you were criticized for criticizing or mentioning about
Tim Hortons. I remember Tim Hortons. Well, the story was that Tim Hortons went to he said, wait a minute. We're paying Crosby all this money, our star. He's our star, and he still is the star. Remember, he drives the Zamboni. He said, and then you got your star criticizing him. I said, I'm telling the truth.
What were you saying about him?
Well, I was saying about him, he stopped giving the referees heck. Stop.
I think you said whining. Was that the word you used?
Whining all the time. And but after Orpik, he's but so I did Subban too. I was called a racist. And I know Subban. I liked Subban since the deep. I mean, he a terrific defenseman. I just said he didn't belong in Montreal. And
yeah,
now
and for people to say you stuck up for him when Babcock didn't want to take him over to the Olympics.
Oh yeah, and
you said he won the Norris Trophy. You got to take him, and Babcock just said, "No, I'm not taking him."
Babcock. The story goes that he did not want St. Louis, St. Louis.
Yep.
And he did not want Subban. So they said, wait a minute, hold it. One wins the scoring title, and one's the best defenseman. And you say you don't want them? He said, well, I don't care. Send them over. And I was at the practice where he told St. Louis he wasn't playing that night, and he went right off the ice. St. Louis went right off the ice, and he told Subban, but Subban's pretty smart. He just stayed on the ice and everything like that. But he didn't play them.
Can I ask you, did you take offense when Subban was imitating you on the commercial?
No, I thought it was great.
Because a lot of people were worried, like, oh, what did your dad think of Subban making fun of your dad and all that? But
I liked when he said, well, he's not or.
Well, he's not or. He had, I got to tell you, folks, you should Google that if you hadn't seen it. He had you down pat, man. He really did.
He did. And you know what? He's going to be great on television.
He is. You could see he has a future in television.
Yeah, and he's playing good this year. He's playing okay this year.
But getting back to Sidney Crosby, didn't he, in the beginning when he broke into the league, didn't he sort of hot dog it too a little bit? And you told him.
Well, I remember he did. Now that you bring it up, He did score a goal, that one of those lacrosse ones, from behind.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
And I think of the kid's mother and dad watching that there, and you know what?
He made a fool out of the
goalie. He
goalie.
never did it again, though.
Yeah, he made a fool out of the goalie. That's what you were mad
the goalie's
at.
looking around for the buckets.
Well, there was it was a big issue there when you criticized him because he was the golden boy back then. And,
well, he's still the golden boy.
Still the golden boy.
So anyhow, getting
Well,
back.
they even got mad at you calling him the golden boy. Remember that? Remember that, Tim? They're upset because you said, "Oh, the golden boy." That's how you referred to him, and they even took offense to that.
Well, I think the other thing too is, you gave it to Ovechkin pretty good.
Ovechkin, when he scored that goal, and he dropped a stick, and he let on it was on fire. There was I felt. I said, think of the kid in the goal. How he felt.
He was a rookie.
Was he a rookie?
Yeah, his name was Mike McKinnon. He was a rookie. And somebody just did an article on him, and he was quoted. I was mad about it. I feel like I was already embarrassed enough. I'm a first-year player trying to do my best out here, and this guy's crushing me. I honestly think if I'd been more comfortable in the league, I would have slashed that stick into the next zip code. Know what I mean? But you're in the moment reaction. You're mad, and I was just what the moment really. And then he goes, I wasn't surprised that the media criticized him. This is McKenna saying it. It's funny, Don Cherry defended my dignity in Hockey Night in Canada. I never expected my name being mentioned by Don Cherry.
So once again,
I must have been pretty famous back then.
I know. They value your opinion, and you were the only one that would call guys, famous stars, on.
But I like Ovechkin. You're right, Cindy. You're right.
But like if you were like right now, you would take Crosby over Ovechkin?
I'd take Crosby. I think the world of Crosby, you know what? He's a back checker. He back checks, and he scores goals, and
he's tough.
And he's tough. But he learned. He learned, and McDavid will learn. There's no sense in going after guys getting fined $5,000. I know that's pocket money to those guys. They make it.
I think he makes more than $5,000 a game.
Yeah. Oh, he makes more than that. But. Oh, no, he makes more. But anyhow, you just don't do that stuff. And he'll learn like Crosby. I think it took Crosby about 4 or 5 years before you don't do that stuff because you're going to have to take the abuse. If you're the best player, Bobby Orr took it. The only thing is he gave it out.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, as you said, Crosby in his whole career, only once was he a minus player, and that was -1. And Ovechkin's been minus, I think, 5 or 6 times in his career.
Yeah, and Dale Hunter told him that he had to be a hockey player. You have to. But hey, I'll tell you, when he can score those goals from that right point, I don't understand why guys don't get over them. But he's smart. He'll go and stand in front of the net. He's pretty smart. He stands in front of the net. If they start going there, he'll go and stand. He's a good goal scorer. He can put the puck in the net. But the best scorer I ever saw, pure scorer, was Mike Bossy.